What's up guys, Mark at HHR Performance. I wanted to show you one of the most popular tail units that we sell, primarily because the GSXR1000 is one of the most popular roll race bikes, as well as a popular track bike. So this is Carbonin, full carbon fiber race bodywork. And so what makes it different about everybody else making it out there, it's not replacement OEM bodywork, which means it's not the same shape. So Carbonin, they focus purely on road racing, so track stuff. This is super light, so it's been super popular with the roll guys because it's the lightest carbon you can get, plus it's made to stay on the bike. I mean, they make it to stay on the bike during a crash, so 200 mile an hour on the street, it's going to stay on the bike. So let's talk brackets. So when you get this kit, you get a couple of things. You get the bodywork itself, but you also get these weird looking brackets. Now these brackets are not used by roll race guys. In fact, the roll race guys, what they do is they end up cutting this piece of the seat pan off because they want to get as low as possible. You can see it adds quite a bit of thickness. So for the track, they actually wanted to get a little higher on the bike, okay? And so these brackets, they go down on your subframe around where your battery's at. This seat pan Zeus fastens to the back of the tail unit, and that as this sits down on the bike, then you bolt the seat pan to this. And then you have a seat, whatever seat you decided to go with, then bolts to through these holes, 3 holes. So let's talk a little bit more about the roll race side of things. So it's probably the #1 tail unit nowadays for roll race. This is held on by a 1/4 turn Zeus fastener. So just 1/4 turn and that comes off. This part here is probably the heaviest part of the whole thing because it's pretty thick, right? Because that's where you're going to ultimately sit. This section of the tail weighs nothing. Now this one is cut out for the tail light, and it has the option on the website. Do you want it cut out? Yes or no. This allows you to take the OEM tail light, and I know there's companies out there that make integrated tail lights into that, but it gives you a basically OEM setup. Now they did this not for the street, they did this for endurance racing. So endurance racers were able to run a rain light, not a brake light essentially, but a rain light on the bike. Most of our roll guys, they're gonna have a complete, enclosed one, then they use a little tiny light on the back. But there are guys out there now that are kind of semi like roll, they want the nice lightweight bikes, but they still want the street functions. So if you take a look at this, you're gonna have the brackets on the inside of this, and that's where you're gonna be able to bolt your stock light. You're gonna put these little brackets on your light. So when you choose the cutout option, it comes with these little brackets, comes cut out for the factory. It's not something we can cut out here. It has to be done in Slovenia where it's made. And then you can bolt in your rear tail light. So let's take a look at the weight of this. So right now we've got this zeroed out. So 11 ounces. That is a seriously light tail unit. Carbonin designed the side panels that go up under the tank to be part of this kit. So when you buy this tail, you not only get the seat pan, you get the side trim panels too. So you're removing weight from the plastic OEM ones. These weigh absolutely like nothing. That doesn't even register because it's so light. Let's see. I need to get a different scale. Yeah, these are super light. You look at the carbon fiber, it's pure carbon fiber. There's a thicker weave on the, like a thicker twill weave on the back, and then plain weave, because they like the look of this. There's no gloss on this. There's no paint. It comes out of the mold. Has kind of a dullish look to it because it's not clear coated. So it comes out of the mold, and then they hit it on a polishing wheel. So we get guys that sometimes are a little bit disappointed by the finish, but that's because it's designed for racing. They don't want any extra, they don't need any extra clear on it. It's lightweight, it's polished up, it looks nice. And you know, we have a ton of guys that actually do candy color paint, that kind of thing on it, customer wise. If you guys are interested in that, we have some painters that we can refer you to for that, but it's not done at the factory. So there's your side trim panels, your tail unit. Roll race guys are going to get rid of this. They're not even going to use it. What they're going to do is they're going to hack off the back of this. They'll probably drill 2 more holes and put 2 more fasteners on the back of the tail. So there are other brackets that are required to fit to the OEM subframe. And the reason that is because when Carbonin made this, they wanted to make it quick release. So if a bike went down in an endurance race, all they had to do was hit 4 quarter-turn fasteners, pull the whole tail off. And so to do that, what they did was they come out with a bracket system. So I don't have a subframe here, but these will go on the sides of the subframe, and these will go on the top. And then you would have a Zeus fastener, which then, when you put the tail unit on, you just quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn. Now, that adds expense to the bike and a little bit of weight for the roll guys. So there's a cheaper option, which are bolt-on spacers. So you can just screw these in, gives you a spacer at the top and the side, and then you can just bolt the tail on. Because let's face it, you guys are probably not taking the tail on and off that much. There are people out there who are making different subframes, and we know of a subframe that's been made that doesn't require these for the kit. So if you're, if you're in the mindset, you'll know who this is. So in that case, you won't need either of these brackets. You won't need these. These come with it. These are extra. You have to decide on the website which ones you want. If you're a road racer, you want to use your own seat, you could do the same thing. You can cut this, you can screw that on and use your own seat. Or I'd recommend on the track that you actually use the seat pan and just get one of the Carbonin seats that are made for the seat pan and use these brackets. If you're a roll racer, just cut that off, make yourself an extra couple of holes, attach it to here, and you have the lightest tail unit out there for the Gixxer. All right, so let's see what this actually weighs together. So put on the tail unit. Actually, let's do it the other way around. So zeroed out, put the seat pan, 0.9 pounds. Tail unit. And we're going to add these. £1 pound, 8 ounces. So your whole tail unit and side panels, that's what you're looking at. Let's take off the seat pan because we know your roll guys are not using that. $14 ounces. That's pretty light, guys.